It is Thursday in the NBA, November 11th, 11/11, and we're going to dial in and get back after it today. Now, let's recap yesterday, and after a good run, 3 straight winning days at 15-4 over the past 2 days, yeah, we lost some money yesterday. We were 4-7. We missed our college basketball pick as well, but that's what's going to separate the Call on Our Shot channel from the rest of those other channels out there on YouTube and Twitter. We're going to be transparent. We're always going to recap the good days. We love doing victory laps, but we're also going to recap on the bad days, and yesterday was one. It was filled with bad beats. Now, on a side note, no college basketball pick today. Now, I don't know a lot of these teams that are playing in college basketball, so I don't want to force a pick in something that I don't really know much about. Now, we had several bad beats, and we added 5 plays on Twitter at Call on Our Shot, so make sure you go follow us there. We're almost at 5,000 followers on Twitter. And also follow us on all our other social platforms, Instagram, Facebook, even TikTok if you really want to. Now, those beats included Wendell Carter Jr. He got injured. Now, Marcus Smart, we had his under in PRAs. Yeah, he had a 3 with 2 minutes left, and he shot 5 more times than he had the past couple nights. Now, then he had his last 3 games. Ricky Rubio under 4.5 rebounds. Yeah, we missed on the hook. He gets 5. We're still profitable on the year. We love to see that. Hopefully, we've been helping you out with some of your picks. Now, if you're new to the channel, I'm Austin from Call on Our Shot, and I could appreciate you guys doing 3 things. 1, subscribe to the channel. Now, if you're new and you haven't subscribed, there's over 50% of people that watch these videos aren't subscribed. This is my full-time job. I appreciate you guys all for tuning in to the videos every single day. And we have over 50% of you guys aren't subscribed, and we're trying to hit 20,000 subscribers by the end of the year. It's going to be a lofty goal, but I know we can do it, and we can't do it without you guys' support. So we appreciate it. That's number 1. Number 2, click that like button. You guys showed a ton of support yesterday, over 300 likes. We appreciate that. And number 3, drop your best bet down below in the comments, and you could be just like this person, Silas Grace. Hopefully I pronounced that right. He handed out this free winner, Jalen Green, over 13.5 points versus the number 1 pick, Cade Cunningham. He went out there and he shot a ton, and he scored 23 points, I believe. So shout out to him. Now let's get into it today. Like I said, we only have a short slate. We only have 3 games on today, and even at this moment, as I record this at 6:42 a.m. Eastern Time, yeah, we don't have a lot of props out there. Really, a lot of injury status is still up in the air. But I found what I liked, and I think we got a good chance going today. Last note: Thursday night football, Ravens versus Dolphins. That best bets video is live, linked in the description and linked in the comment section down below. Check that out. And Week 10's full best bets video will be live later today. We went 9-5 last week, 6-1 on player props. So make sure you check that out. Let's hop into my best bet today in the NBA. It's player performance double on FanDuel. Rudy Gobert, double-double, and the Utah Jazz win, -122, like I said, on FanDuel. Now, Gobert, he's been pretty decent this year, and especially in the double-double category. He has a double-double in 8 of 11 games this season. Twice he missed it with 9 points. Now, I think he will be able to get it done today in terms of scoring the points against the Pacers team. Now, dating back to 2017, he has played the Pacers 9 times. He's had a double-double in 8 of them. And the Jazz, I think, will need him to rebound today. Obviously, you got the Pacers that tried out Sabonis out there, very good rebounder, and Miles Turner. Not really sure what he does on the rebounding side some days, but he's still been rebounding the ball decently the past couple games. But either way, the Jazz are going to need him. He's their big man. They're going to need him to go grab some boards. And like I said, he's had a double-double in 8 of his last 9 games versus the Pacers. And betting on him, if you just want to bet on him to get a double-double, that's -240 on FanDuel. I'm sure it's even more juiced on other books. So that line you'd think that should hit. And then you look at the Jazz money line, they're -400, -430 on a bunch of other books. I think they're 9.5-point favorites. They're at home. They've won 3 straight contests versus the Pacers, and the Pacers just lost to the Denver Nuggets, missing Nikola Jokic. They're on a back-to-back, while the Jazz are well rested. And you look at it, who knows who the Pacers are starting today? They could bench Malcolm Brogdon for all we know. I know Karis LeVert should be out. And like I said, the Jazz are at home. You got Rudy Gobert, double-double machine. I think he gets it done. And this player performance double, -122. Not that juiced. Now let's move on to my only spread and over-under pick of the day. Taking the Clippers, -2.5 versus the Heat. Like I said, like I always say, this is a half-unit play because I don't bet a ton of spreads and over-unders. They're kind of a little bit fluky, but here are 2 teams. You got the Heat. They were the talk of the town starting off earlier this season. People are just like, yes, I put my future Miami Heat NBA champion bets, and I got great value. Well, they've kind of cooled off. No pun intended. They've kind of cooled off and faltered the last couple games, losing 3 of their last 4, including last night. But they've lost to the Celtics, Nuggets, and Lakers over their last 4 games. Now, this will be their 3rd road game in 4 days. They're in the middle of a 5-game road trip, and this is the straight smack dab in the middle. They play the Jazz in 2 days, and they'll be without their emotional leader, Jimmy Butler, who got injured last night, ankle injury, I believe. He will not be playing tonight, and who knows, they could even bench some other guys for all we know. Bam Adebayo been dealing with some injuries, back-to-back game. and you play the Jazz in a couple days. Not that this Clippers team is that you take them even less than the Jazz, but who knows? But the Clippers on the other side, after a slow start to the season, they've been cranking out some wins. They've had 5 straight wins, and they've really been, and 3 of those have come at home. And they have Paul George playing like an MVP candidate, and they've quietly played some very good defense. They currently boast the 3rd highest defensive rating in the NBA, actually better than the Miami Heat, who currently have the 7th. The offensive rating is right around the middle of the pack, and like I said, they did not play an overtime game like the Miami Heat did last night. Could the Heat come out flat, tired against, because they just played an overtime game against the Lakers? Possibly. And last note, the Clippers have won 5 straight matchups versus this Miami Heat team. Granted, you take that with a grain of salt because some of those matchups included Kawhi Leonard and other guys, but still, I think they can get it done 6 straight. Who knows? But I'm betting on the Clippers minus 2.5 at home. Now moving on to 2 more player props that I do like today, and I'm not going to force a lot because there's only three games on, and I will add another prop as the day goes on Twitter, and I'll put it in the YouTube comments and in the Discord as well. But Fred VanVleet, I'm taking this over 10.5 rebounds plus assists, minus 113 on FanDuel. Now VanVleet, he's been up, he's been down this season, but I like his chances today. Taking on the Sixers, who knows who's going to be playing for the Sixers. No Joel Embiid's out, no Matisse Thybulle's out. Could Tobias Harris return? Who knows? But VanVleet on the season averaging 5 rebounds per game, 7.1 assists per game. So as a whole, he's averaging 12.1 rebounds plus assists, and all we need is 11 today. Now and this is the line on FanDuel, and a lot of other books don't have it at the moment. But the biggest thing I like is his opportunity. That's what I always preach in these videos. You can try your best, but sometimes the ball just doesn't bounce your way. And that's happened a couple times. Like we had Lowry a couple other days, same exact prop, but he had like 23 assist opportunity, or 23. He had a ton of opportunities. They just didn't bounce his way, but the opportunity is what we're targeting. VanVleet averaging 13.9 assist chances per game and 9.7 rebound chances. So he's averaging 23.6 rebounds and assist opportunities per game this season. All we need is 11. VanVleet on the season, he's played 12 games, hit it right in the middle. 6 on the over, 6 on the under. Now he's finished on 9 or 10 rebounds, which he needs 11 in 4 of the 6 games. So it's not like he's coming out there and giving us 2 rebounds and 2 assists and not even getting close. He's getting close up there. It's just he has to get right over the hump, and I think he can do it today. He's hit this over in 3 straight games versus the Sixers, and in every single game in his career that he's played 30 minutes per game against the Sixers, he's hit it. He's 5 for 5 in those such games against the Sixers. And spoiler, he plays 38 minutes per game this season, so I don't think the 30 plus is asking for a lot. I think VanVleet can get it done for us, so we'll lock it in. Fred VanVleet over 10.5 rebounds plus assists. Now, moving on to my final play of the day, Nicolas Batum over 15.5 points plus rebounds, minus 120 on DraftKings. Now, I got to give credit where credit is due. Batum, he's been solid. Very, very good. Actually, probably better than solid in November. And the Clippers are giving him a roughly 30 minutes per game, and he's been making the most of it, averaging 16.8 points per game, 6.6 rebounds per game, and shooting the ball off the charts. 64% from the field, 60% from three-pointer. And I understand, those numbers are bound to regress, and that could be against Miami. Like I said, a decent defensive team. Not decent, very good defensive team. But I'm going to ride the hot hand today, because in November, he's played in 5 games, and he's combined for 28 points in rebounds, 22, 20, 24, 22. And he's not even getting close to this 15.5 line, and he's been chipping in 6 to 8 rebounds a night. And like I said, he's been shooting the ball unreal. I don't expect that shooting to continue, but we're going to ride with the hot hand because I do believe the Heat, they're going to focus in on Paul George and Reggie Jackson. Those are those 2 guys. Definitely not Eric Bledsoe. That man stinks, but I think they might leave Nicolas Batum open for some 3-pointers, and I think he'll be able to knock him down. Could Duncan Robinson be guarding him? Heck, I would love that. I'd love to see some Duncan Robinson on Nicolas Batum. But either way, he's not the sexiest player on paper, but I love what I've seen out of Nicolas Batum recently. So even on a bad shooting night, which he's had one of those in November, he could still hit this over because he gets a bunch of rebounds as well, like 6 to 8 per game. So you could even take his rebounding prop if you really wanted to. But I'm locking in Nicolas Batum over 15.5 points plus rebounds. Now that'll wrap it up. There's no call on my shot today at the moment because we've been taking some bad beats. We've been really close, but keep missing by like 1 or 2 statistics. So we're going to drop it down, and maybe we'll add one on Twitter. And like I said, follow us on our social medias, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, even TikTok. Follow us, all of those, at Calling Our Shot. We appreciate it. Try to get us to 5,000 followers on Twitter at Calling Our Shot and see if we can hit 13,000 subscribers today. Don't think we can, but I believe in you guys. We appreciate it. You guys have been the absolute best community on the platform. We can't do it without you guys' support. Like I said, I demand you guys to check out these videos on the screen. NFL best bets for Week 10 posted later this morning. And like I said, Ravens versus Dolphins, Thursday Night Football. Boom. That's what we're locking in. We appreciate you guys. This has been Austin. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.